welcome. Another episode, the home stretch. I like to call this one the home stretch. Before I introduce my guest, I want to do quick admin housekeeping. If you're watching this, like, share, subscribe. YouTube Footy Fantasy. You can see it um, at the end of the video. We're also on audio. If audio is your thing, you can join us. Apple, Spotify. You can join us there. So let me also give quick admin also schedule of release. An hour after the pod ends, you can find the recorded version on YouTube. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, you can find the audio version on Spotify and Apple Podcast. I know a lot of people, like everybody in the world, we have short attention span. If you want to see short clips on Tuesday around 10 a.m. Central Time, I'll be sharing on social media short clips of all the pod as we go along. I see Ola has joined too. So it's four of us today. So let me start with ladies first. Linger, how you doing? It must be nice.
It must be nice. It's nice. I mean, okay, I know that it's like first world problems, but I'm actually finding football so stressful right now because every game is literally a final or worth a final. So it is nice. I know this isn't a real complaining, oh no, we're so good, we're so amazing, but I'm actually finding it very stressful. No sympathy.
Okay, first of all, it's okay, fair enough. Second guest, Tolu, it's been a while. I remember last time you were here, Chelsea was on top of the league. I remember this. And I warned you that it wasn't going to be for too long. This was way back in. This was when October?
It was October or November or something like that.
Yeah, Chelsea on top of the league. How have you been?
Yeah.
Let's start with that before we go to Chelsea. How have you been?
Well, me or Chelsea? Which one?
You. How have you been?
I've been good, and things have progressed over here. Yeah, I mean with Chelsea, man, it's been on and off since with the stuff going outside the club with Abramovich selling the club and stuff like that. So I know we'll talk more about it later, but yeah, it's been on and off with the performance, but fortunately we've not been grinding it through. But yeah, I guess we'll talk about that a bit later.
Yeah, it's okay. Ola, thanks for joining as always.
That's been nice.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice.
Yeah, that's my.
I don't know. I don't know. It's been nice because seriously, these are the days where Everton are struggling in the relegation zone, and United are in mid-table mediocrity, and Liverpool are balling. So it is nice. I can't say I'm feeling any pressure. It's nice, just nice.
No, I'm sure.
No comments.
Nice. Let me send a comment in the chat, Ola, for you. So let's go to Linger.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with you for sure. Liverpool, right? So anyway, you want to start? You want to start the reaction to Klopp's extension? I know. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this. Can you do that? Or then you can move into the game,
The normal one.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just the normal one.
Exactly. Man, if it wasn't noon, I should have some shots right now. Klopp extending his contract is the best news that I've heard almost all season. Second only to like Senegal winning AFCON and Liverpool winning the Carabao Cup. It's really, really exciting. And I think his backroom staff extending is really exciting too. I do think that, I don't know how true this is for other clubs, but they really are a unit. So I'm thrilled they're all going to be staying for 2 more years. I'm hoping we manage to like push him a little bit, stay for even more years after that. Longest reign as manager, let's make it happen. But definitely my best news of the week. It's incredible. Okay. As for the game, I mean, I watched some highlights. It was at 4:30 in the morning. I got home at 2 a.m. I was sleeping, but I watched some highlights, and I'm just really excited for Keita. I do think that like we have some players who I wouldn't really call them bit players because I think everyone feels important to our squad, but like seeing Keita and Joe Gomez do really well was really exciting. I would prefer to smash Newcastle, but at the end of the day, we just want 3 points right now.
Yeah, I was mad about that because of my Salah was my fantasy Premier League captain.
Don't get me started on fantasy this week. I will get vexed. Mason Mount, I'm gonna curse him out. When we get to the Chelsea section, I am ready to waste for him.
Ola, I guess over to you. What are your thoughts? Klopp, the game, if you want to go into the game a little bit.
The game itself, well, I knew it was going to be a bit tough because Newcastle had won 6 straight home games. Even the last time we went there, I won very easily. I think season we won the league. It wasn't very. It's just an awkward place to go, to be honest. And then going there at 12:30 early kickoff after a Champions League game, I didn't think we were going to smash them. I just wanted 3 points and just get out of there. Seriously, and we did well. We did well, and actually, we should have won by 4 goals, 3 or 4 goals. We created enough chances to win by a very big margin. I think their only shot on targets was in the 80s. Yeah, and they had 1 shot on target in the 87th minute. So we were so dominant. We should have smashed them. So I'll take 3 points because at the end of the day, get those 3 points on the board. Keep going. Let's see what happens. Klopp extended the contract. That one was out of the blue. I was really happy with that. For me, I've always said that I think that's our most important contract. Salah, Mane, yeah, they're good. They're legends. But the big man himself is Klopp. And him extending, and the circumstances in which he extended it was even all the stories around it. Like just sitting, and his wife just said, "I don't live in here in 2025." And he was like, "Yeah, actually, that is, it is, yeah." Okay. Yeah, it was at the kitchen. Yeah,
no, it's true. Yeah.
Oh no, it's not a meme. It was his wife. His wife just said, "Look, we're not living here 2024. Like everything's people are so in love. We have this Glenga will know this song. I'm so glad Jurgen is red. I'm so glad he delivered what he said. Jurgen said to me, we win the Premier League. He said so. I'm with him and I'll feel fine. Now the reason I'm singing that song is that was the song they were singing to his wife. They were singing that song to his wife when Liverpool played against Man City. And that was just a couple of weeks ago. And I'm sure she had the lyrics to that song and she was like, man, these people love my husband so much. There's no sense.
We've changed it. There's a version about her now.
There's a version about her.
There's a version about her now. Yeah, they've remixed it.
They've remixed it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it is nice.
Especially as you see all these teams, right?
That's why
managers are obviously so important, as you all know, with your series of terrible managers, right? So just to see that someone who's so central to our club is able to extend and is committing to us is huge.
I saw that shit there. I caught that. It's okay. I caught that shit there. I caught it.
Sorry, Ragnick is great. What was I saying?
No. I'm not talking about Ragnick. I'm talking about
Godfather of Ganget Pressing. Godfather of
Let's stay focused on the
estranged Godfather, though. Estranged.
So, what? Any thoughts about Klopp extending? Happy about it? Sad?
I mean, good for the league. Good for Liverpool.
Good for the league.
I mean, it just makes everybody try to up their game, and I think it was a no-brainer that he was gonna sign. Who else? I mean, he's brought quite a lot of success to Liverpool since he's been there. So, again, he's done a fantastic job. And the game yesterday was actually pretty good. Actually, Newcastle were, from what I've seen, were on the defensive quite a lot of times. They tried their best, but obviously, in these stretches here, you're just trying to, if you can't, if your star players Mane and Salah and Firmino and Diaz are not scoring, then you're gonna just, you just need somebody to score. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. So, I mean, like I said, kudos to them. Like I said, they're digging it out and they're putting, lots of pressure on Manchester City. So, like, they also cannot afford to slip up. So even if it's a draw, I'm very sure Liverpool's gonna try and get it done and take over from there.
Yeah, A draw is a loss for us. We have to win every other game. Because the best I can hope for is that City will draw a game, and it feels so unlikely. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'll say my own. Using Drake's one of Drake's songs. I'm upset. I remember the last I'm upset that Klopp extended because I was so excited when I was seeing those screens coming out that he's going to take a sabbatical. He's going to go German team. Like, yes, please go. I am horror man, Mr. Stevie G.
Let go of the hatred in your heart, my brother. Come on.
Young ones are telling us about his aura.
So I have a quick question. Would you prefer?
No, the guy's just doing nonsense. So what?
Would you prefer that? Let's say Liverpool Klopp didn't slide with Liverpool extension, and he said, "Okay, I'm going to Manchester United or whatever." Would you welcome him there?
Are you serious?
Would you be happy?
Would I be happy? Is that a trick question? Is that a trick question?
No, I mean,
are you serious? Jogger Klopp? Dude, I have not email, from 2015, right? When people were doubting him in our group, in the Facebook group, where I was a United fan, I was backing that this guy is going to come good. If they get what he needs, it's going to come good. Even Liverpool fans were doubting him. This is 2015 or it's 2016. One of them. So this guy, because I'm a Dortmund fan. Dortmund's my second team. Like, I know Klopp very well. Like, I knew that this guy was going to get it right. If he got the backing. And I knew that Liverpool were making changes in the back room. So, absolutely, I'll take Jurgen Klopp. He's the only sure banker that can challenge Pep right now. He's the only one. There's nobody else right now. Like, I mean, even Tuchel, I don't see Tuchel winning the league. No matter what you guys spend, and I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't see that.
I did at the beginning of this season, but now I just have so much more doubts about Chelsea. I know we're going to talk about that later, but no, he's not quite on that other level yet of Klopp and Guardiola.
He's not there yet. And he's a good coach. He's a very good coach.
He's a great coach. Great coach.
Won Champions League. It's not easy to do that. But with those two guys there, one of them has to leave for maybe Tuchel to get a chance at it. I think one of them has to leave because both of them are like the level Pep and Klopp have taken the attention to detail is incredible. Right, from recruiting above them to like game management, like player development, tactical adjustments. It's ridiculous when you think about it. Like the amount of things that they've improved on, when you just look at the evolution of the two teams, just look at the evolution of two teams over the last 4 or 5 years, from player management, tactical evolution, player development, all of that. It's going to be hard to match that. It really is going to be hard to match that, in my personal opinion, anyway.
And in the last 4 years, right, I think overall City has scored like 1 point more than us. So I also do think they've brought such a intense rivalry. And I know this is, of course, it's not the United Arsenal one because we're not fighting each other in the streets or whatever. But I think in terms of talent, sort of that kind of rivalry has been really exciting.
Yeah, it is. Your friend is saying that.
Like, oh my God, you hater. I don't look like that.
Nah, he said he's just playing. He's just playing.
Personal attacks. Do you want me to start with you?
Okay, let's go to Chelsea. Let's go to Chelsea now. Let's start with you, Tolu. And I asked this question. This question started from a group chat I had with some Chelsea people about this. Where I was like, because Chelsea have had a finishing problem, right? Then I was thinking, okay, yeah, tactics, whatever. Lukaku underwhelmed, Werner. But then I started thinking, who is Chelsea's best finisher? Like, and the context behind this question is, if you go through like at least the first 7 teams in the league, right? You know automatically, at least in my opinion, Man City, you think of KDB. If you want a chance to fall to anybody, KDB. You go to Liverpool, Salah, Mane, or Mrs. Mummy, Salah. You go to Spurs, Harry Kane, straight away, or Son. Like, the people. With Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Then West Ham, you want Jared Bowen. Like, the people like, okay, this person, one chance, bang, he's scoring. Arsenal, maybe say Saka, Bukayo Saka now, this season especially. When I think of Chelsea, I'm like, who is their best finisher? I don't know. I really don't. So I said, you know what? I'm going to ask this question on a podcast. Like, who is Chelsea's best finisher? Tolu, is the ball is yours now.
Who is Chelsea's best finisher? I don't know. I do know. I'll give you a couple that I think are okay, good finishers. But let me first state that within, obviously, with the sanctions against Chelsea, I know things have been going on the field, and it's probably affecting the players. But to say who is Chelsea's, like I said, finisher, that's a question I'm asking myself too. Sometimes I think it's even like not even the strikers or the midfield. Sometimes I even think it's the defenders, like Marcus Alonso. He's good with his left foot. So is when Ben Chilwell was in when he was in form and before he went down injured, he was pretty good too. Reece James, same thing. Warner, sorry, the other guy, can't think of him. The other Havertz. I feel like they've struggled a lot. Like, and don't get me wrong, Havertz. I'd say Havertz is a step up from Warner. He's doing a little better. He's scored at least, maybe in my opinion, more goals than Warner, and then even Lukaku. But I don't. Even Mount, sometimes he's on his game, sometimes he's off. Jorginho, he's when we need him to, and I think those penalties just piss me off every time he plays those penalties. Like that.
It's hilarious.
It was the last week or the week before he missed that penalty, and we got saved by Pulisic. So I get, coming off that Champions League high last season, yes, we were looking to challenge for the league title, and we went and got Lukaku, thinking that was going to be the puzzle that completes the puzzle. But again, definitely not Lukaku, and I don't think it's any of the strikers. Most of our goals have been coming from the defense. Most times it's the midfield, but I'd say some of the defenders, maybe.
Some of the defenders, okay.
Yeah,
that's
some of the defenders.
It just says Chelsea has no finisher. We're out here giving folks free get out of jail card. This guy says Chelsea.
I understand why it is.
I guess that's Lukaku. Alonso is better than the three folks.
Yeah.
Of course.
And that's the fact. Chelsea has this hot striker issues. Man came to Chelsea, put away.
Yeah.
We have had the horrid striker history. I think the last comment says Shevchenko, Toriandro Flo, Morata. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Thoughts?
And I understand why Idris is angry. Yeah, I was just going to. Why Idris is passionate and angry. There's Tammy Abraham was scoring goals at Chelsea, and Idris was always saying, "This guy is good. Let's keep him." And Chelsea pushed Tammy Abrahams out, and now he's there balling out in play, scoring goals.
Balling out.
And they could do with somebody like that. Of course, he's balling out, and he was even player of the month last month. He was voted player of the month. And I saw an interview we did with Mourinho. Of course, Mourinho is getting the best out of him. Mourinho, when he likes you, can get the best out of you. And he was singing Mourinho's praises. I was like, yeah, you're on Mourinho's good side now, but just wait until something bad happens. But that's why Chelsea wonder sometimes we want shiny things. We want shiny new things. And maybe this where having managers like Klopp and Pep is different from having the structure that Chelsea has been such to. I'm not even criticizing them. They've won trophies. But sometimes it seems like, oh, let's get the shiniest new thing, but not looking for the player that fits into your system. And this is where Klopp and Pep are different, because they don't always go for the shiny new thing. They look for what fits their machine the best. So they'll look for the person, the attributes, the person that has the attributes, the person. But Jack Grealish probably wasn't what Pep wanted. Pep wanted a forward player. That's why he's not even playing Jack Grealish that much. I said Grealish, especially not for that money. It's just basically sometimes the Man City owners also, of course, they too also want to flex. They want to flex their financial muscles. So I'm sure that's why Pep didn't want Ronaldo either, because he knew probably Ronaldo is a great finisher, and I've been him. But if you put Ronaldo in that Man City team, I don't think it would have worked out well either, because this kind of teams are well structured. They're well structured. So my points regarding Tammy Abraham and Lukaku, Ayo would know I'm a big Lukaku fan. I defended Lukaku when they signed him, and man, Lukaku has totally flopped. This guy said I should keep my propaganda going.
So that's what,
No,
You like shiny
seriously.
new things. I'm telling you. You like new things.
That's what I was going at. Lukaku was player of the season in Serie A, scored all these
He was
goals.
so good.
Yeah, and the floor. Are we sure
Yeah.
Tammy will come and Tammy won't have the same problem? That's all I'm saying. Let's be clear. Italian leagues sometimes.
Oh no, Tammy was scoring goals before he left.
But,
No.
I mean,
Tammy was scoring goals. He was scoring goals at Chelsea.
Was 12
Tammy
goals,
was scoring in double figures.
But 12 though. 12
It was
is
double
not like-
figures as Lukaku.
Well, they also didn't start
He
him
was not
enough.
playing
Like,
all the time.
Why are you
He was
putting
not
these
playing all the time.
jabronis up in the front instead of Tammy?
Yeah, it was not playing all the
Tammy
time.
spent more time.
Let's be careful in that analysis because Tammy can come now. Like, oh, what's happening, Tammy? Why is he not doing all this himself in Syria? I'm just
True.
saying.
True.
I'm just saying.
True.
Because sometimes, right, the difficulty, maybe not even difficulty of the league, the tactical variation from Italian league to Premier League, right? That difference might suit Tammy, and that's why it suit Lukaku, the system they were playing, and he might come to England and he will play well, but not like Tammy's looking amazing in Roma, like absolutely amazing. And maybe it's some Mourinho because he has a history of getting his strikers to play well. Maybe that's what it is. I know Tammy's a good player, but right now he's looking like pretty much about to, like, you know, at the verge of hitting, you know, world-class level if he continues at this pace. He's looking very good in all aspects of his game. And that's how Lukaku was. And he came back, what's going on?
Tammy was on that trajectory. If they had kept him, he was on that trajectory. But pushed him out quickly because they felt, the rate at which he was progressing was probably too slow for them. I don't know if Tolu will correct me because Tammy was scoring goals. Of course, he was not scoring 30 goals per season, but he was on that trajectory. Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree. And I just want to just back up what you're saying. When we had the ban where we couldn't buy any players and we had to use all of our in-house and Reece James.
Everyone had to come back from loan. 100 million people on loan.
Yeah, Fikayo Tomori and everybody. And Tammy Abraham was scoring. He was one of the top scorers and one of the breakout seasons with him and Mason Mount and Fikayo Tomori. And then obviously Fikayo Tomori he's booming in. Is it AC Milan? He's balling over there.
Yeah.
So they didn't like Mala said, he wasn't given much time and enough chances to understand, because technically Tammy Abraham had gone out to so many different teams. I think he went to like Aston Villa and maybe West Brom or something. He went to like almost two different teams before finally coming back and breaking into the first team at Stamford Bridge. So again, he's doing his thing in Italy, and then like you said, if he comes back, will he still ball? Will he still be at the same performance? The question is, we don't know.
Sure.
Look at Lukaku. He was killing it in Italy. Now it's, I don't know why. I mean, we know the Premier League is fast and it's fast paced and everything. So I can't say for sure if Tammy Abraham will ball when he comes back, but I'm very sure he'll probably give it his all and definitely do better than what we have right now in terms of, because like I said, we are struggling right now in front of goals. I don't know where the goals are coming from then.
Idris was just saying this in a comment, actually, right? Like, he scored 15 goals. You all need 15 goals right now. I'm actually so delighted and confused as to why Chelsea's suddenly struggling to keep third. It's amazing to see. But I think Chelsea's best finisher is, ironically enough, and this is not U.S. American propaganda, but Pulisic in like the last 20 minutes. When he comes on for the last 20 minutes, I'm like, he's going to score. But there's like no one else in the team where I'm like, you're definitely going to score. He hasn't even scored that many goals for Chelsea, but I don't know. I don't see a consistent finisher. Almost like what you were saying, Ayo, of like Chelsea's finisher is this person, just like Liverpool's is Mo or whatever else.
Correct. So let's take the comments and I'll say my quick thoughts. Then we can go. He said 12 and he barely started. Tammy gives more hold-up play. He's maturing, has a higher ceiling Lookman. Who's Lookman? Lukaku. What's wrong with this guy?
Lukaku.
This guy calls him Lookman. Wow. So he said you should do agenda.
So you better do the agenda, please. Come on.
An agenda. Question for this Chelsea folks. You take the Man United version of Lakukulala. Who is that?
Lakukulala.
Wilding out in the comments today.
Lukaku. Of course, that's
Who is the Man United version? I don't know who that is. Who is he talking about?
When he played for United.
Oh, is that what he means?
We don't need Marvel.
We don't need Marvel propaganda.
Do you see all my superhero stuff? Where's Spider-Man?
Captain America.
Better leave him alone. Better leave us alone.
So, that's a good one. My thoughts are, so funny enough, I asked one of these analysts I follow about this question. Like, is it a player problem? Is it Tuchel's problem? Why are the strikers struggling? And she kind of broke it down. And the summary, it was a very extensive diagnosis, but she broke it down and she was saying, essentially, she just thinks it's weird recruitment from Chelsea, like around striker. And I think that's what it is. I think Chelsea's striker profile ID, there's a problem there, I think. It's clear now, and it's because this has been happening for a long time, like Idris said. And that goes down to what Ola kind of brought up, where Chelsea and United kind of have that thing, they've been more successful, where Chelsea just always the best player available, let's just get him. Let's get him. And sometimes you get an Eden Hazard, who was exceptional, and sometimes you get Timo Werner, and you get like Lukaku. So that it's not like they're bad players, it just doesn't fit into the profile. So I think that's where the main problem is. And she broke it down further by saying, like, clearly Tuchel knows how to get strikers. He did well with Cavani in PSG. He did extremely well with Aubameyang when he was in Dortmund. Aubameyang's best seasons ever was literally he created a system where Aubameyang was just arriving and just scoring. All he needed to was just arrive. No need to hold up, nothing. The thing he struggled with towards his later years in Arsenal, took it away. Like all he did is just arrive, bang. He created a system like that. So it's definitely not a Tuchel problem. I thought it was for a while, but then I just realized it's Chelsea's talent idea regarding strikers. I think there's something that's off there regarding their profile. It's not well. I don't think it's well oiled. It's just one of those, best talent available, let's get him. Because another thing she brought up was the fact that Kai Havertz literally is having the same XG numbers like when he was in Bayer Leverkusen in his finances, literally the same, similar. So it's pretty much Chelsea need to revamp the talent ID strikers, and I think that's what it is. Just as well said.
Can I say one other thing as well in terms of going back to the Liverpool situation? Each team, 20 teams, they're gonna have their ups and downs each season. So there was obviously a time where United dominated the league, and obviously they're struggling now. Same with Chelsea. I think that obviously next season and seasons to come, if clubs can obviously recruit well, because I don't think Manchester City or Liverpool are going to be dominated for the next, obviously, decade or so. I mean, they will be competing, and obviously they are going to be that top. But there's also going to be a time where, some of the players are going to be leaving, and obviously it all comes down to recruiting. So, for example, Luis Diaz has been recruited now, obviously for the next generation, since Salah is getting to that 30-year mark, and everyone is getting a little bit older. So if Liverpool can continue to recruit well, clearly they will dominate. Same thing with City, and same with the other 18 other teams. If Chelsea can get back to building their homegrown players, like Phil Foden, I think he's an exceptional player at Manchester City. I think he's very, very talented, and he's always bossing it down on either side of whenever he's playing. So yeah, I think if teams can continue to kind of look to the future and build, then whoever continues to recruit properly and get the best out of their players is just going to dominate. Again, it could be Liverpool, it could be City, it could be anybody. So yeah.
But yeah, that's a question for another day. Last comment before we move on to the next topic. To be fair, Chelsea, who could they have recruited at that time to fit the kind of profile of striker they needed? I don't know. They should have gotten maybe the guy from Juve. That was his name. The guy that Juve got from Fiorentina. I don't know if you can remember him, Ola. The Juve striker, the young guy, Italian.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah.
I think
The
that
one that Arsenal wanted to get.
yes, exactly. That's Arsenal to get. The future was Kai and Tammy. We blew it there. Not sure about that. Liverpool. Let's move on. Ola, you still there? Oh, I think Ola is frozen now. Yeah.
I was like, he hasn't said anything in ages.
Yes.
What's happening?
I'll tell him to jump in. Ola, jump in and jump back in.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's start with you. Liverpool's team, right? So when I say 18, 19, 20, I just want you because I guess you won Champions League in 19, right? Then the league in 20, or this one. You know, I've heard in like Liverpool Twitter, I've heard this debate. I was like, oh, you know what? I might as well bring it here. You know, which of the teams, of course, you know, the bulk of the team is still there, I guess, but there's been few changes, more depth, all of that. You know, you guys don't have Shaqiri. Well, I think Shaqiri, Lallana, Wijnaldum. They're not there anymore, and you guys have added more flesh. So, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I really love both sets of teams, or that continuous team, or whatever else it is. Okay. It's hard to not think it's our team now, though. Like, I know we won great things, and of course the heart of the team is still in important ways the same. But when I think about, you know, Klein or Lallana or Shaqiri, or I love Gini, but Gini or Lovren or whatever, like, all good players for us, all players I really admire. But I think about now and I'm like, you know, Matip and Konate. Well, we already had Matip, but like having Konate, I think we've just improved in every single arena. Like, I love Wijnaldum, but we have Thiago now. You know what I mean? Like, I think that our team right now is definitely better. I also wonder if it's a depth bias, though. I also just think I can think of so many exceptional players who could start in each position. So I feel like overall it feels stronger. But I'm curious as to other people's arguments, because for me, it's also like they're so similar. So I think about some of the people who left and who came in, and the people who came in to me are better than the people who left.
Okay, good point. Ola, what are your thoughts? This Liverpool team versus the 1920, the one that won Champions League and League. Overall, I guess squad. Maybe I should say squad.
Yeah, the squad. Well, this squad is deeper and stronger, in my opinion. I think, and not just. I think that 18-19 squad or 19-20, they didn't have the experience of winning things yet.
Yeah.
And now this squad have that experience. We are managing games better. We're like it's crazy that the whole season Liverpool have lost only twice, and many of those times that we drew games in the middle part of the season, one of the complaints that many of us had was we didn't manage games well enough, which was strangely annoying because at that time we were taking leads. We were leading 2-0 against Chelsea, ended up drawing 2-2. We were leading 2-0 against Brighton, ended up drawing 2-2. We were leading against Brentford. So this was early in the season. For some reason, we strayed from learning how to close our games. But since January, like, we've been quite good at closing our games. We've done well with, like, if we're leading, usually we'll see out the game, just like yesterday against Newcastle. So that, in comparison to the 18-19, at that time we were still a bit helter-skelter. We were still involved in so many high-scoring games. This was when Klopp's
exactly
rock and roll football, you know, heavy metal football was in full flow. We were playing 5-2. I remember when we got to the Champions League final against Roma, we beat them 5-2 in the first leg, then we lost the second leg 4-2. Like, you know, that was the time. Those are the early days of just scoring. We don't know how to defend. Let's just score. But now we're different.
Left and right.
We're shipping goals. Exactly, Linger. And those were the glory days of Dejan Lovren and Alberto Moreno.
Oh, Alberto Moreno.
Yeah, exactly. So the difference now is our defense is more stable. We have recruited well. We got Konate in. Matip, big up to Matip, Joe
Amazing
Matip.
season.
Amazing season. He has kept fit. So this is the season where he has had no injury this season, which is amazing. And that's helped us stability wise. So what Klopp does is it's with Matip and Van Dijk. And then sometimes we'll just put in Konate just to rest Matip and then put Matip back. So very stable in the back. So we're not conceding as many goals. Our games are not as helter-skelter as we used to be. So I would say this current version is stronger, more experienced, better at managing games. And that's why we're probably still in 4 competitions as we speak. Because normally we would have been out of the FA Cup and League Cup by now.
A while ago.
A long while ago, we would have been out by January. That's why Klopp never went past the 5th round. Never went past the 5th round in the FA Cup until this season. Yeah. So this squad is just incredible. This squad. That's why sometimes when I see some of our fellow Liverpool fans giving out and getting angry, I'm like, man, you guys better enjoy this. These are the glory days because this is not going to come around again. In our lifetime, we won't beat Man United 9 goals to 0 again in our lifetime. Sorry.
They're terrible.
Okay, maybe we'll beat them 10-0 next season. 10-0.
Exactly. Fully Sval Manchester. We didn't get to the R.
That's never happening again. That's never happening again.
So I'm just saying, let's just enjoy it
before it happens again.
I just think this squad, in answer to your question, Ayo, this squad is the best I've seen in my lifetime. Okay. Over 20 years of supporting the club. I don't think I will see any better. I'll be blessed if I see any better squad than this. It will be a blessing to all Liverpool fans because it seems like this is the peak that we will ever get to. I mean, squad-wise, like there's talent everywhere. And sadly, I'll just round up. Sadly, some of that talent is going to leave next season. Some of them, Divock Origi. Sorry, lad. Sorry, lad Origi. We're seeing you off.
Legend, man.
He's a legend.
He's going off.
Yeah, you guys better build a statue, right?
Yeah, you guys are.
One of our most important goals of the last 5 years have been.
That guy has been Champions League finals. I mean, Champions League final breakthrough goal against Everton.
Exactly. Again against Everton this year.
Yeah, it's true. It's that he has. I think, of course, I agree with you guys. I think it's this one. You said something that's very important. And remind me, was Thiago injured earlier in the season?
Yeah, he was injured off and on a lot.
He had some injuries.
So when you said something about like closing out games, I think it's no coincidence that since he has been fully fit, Liverpool have been very stable in that midfield. Like they don't get caught in transition.
I'll give you one quick stat and I'll let you finish your Thiago point. When Thiago and Fabinho have started together, Liverpool have never lost. And that's almost like 30-something games. Correct. Over 30-something games. When Thiago and Fabinho play together, we don't lose.
Yeah, I've seen that. So it's this stability that they both bring. You know, it's incredible, especially having Thiago like to control, the tempo, create. Now he's even like going forward and creating, taking shots. So he's coming into his own fully. So
and everyone's losing their minds. Like every single person. Oh, they call
this guy. They call to legend of life.
Okay, go like clean your house or something. You're distracting me. But I mean, Thiago, like there's like a New York Times article about his passing. Like everyone's breaking down those passes in the last few games. Like it's unbelievable. But then you can also think about like, of course, we have like, one of the players of the season of the Champions League last year or a few years ago, Thiago. But even if I think about like a Minamino or someone, we have someone who like we have some squad players in the cups who've gotten us really far. Like, I mean, Costas doesn't get to start that much because Rabo's so good, but when you see him as well, so. I don't feel as stressed about our B team if we have like our B or C teams as much as I used to. Like Kelleher is now our second keeper. Adrian's still pretty solid. Like I just feel more comfortable than like having Mignolet there or Karius there. I feel like in every arena there are like 4 or 5 people where I'm like I feel pretty solid about you.
Yeah.
Minamino is our 6th choice striker and he has 9 goals. And there are some strikers in some top teams who don't even have 9 goals this season. I mean, is our 6th choice.
Lukaku have 9 goals this season?
I don't think so, Dinga. Lukaku doesn't have 9 goals. Oh, man.
Any quick thoughts about, which Liverpool team is better? I mean, I think it's kind of obvious.
No, obviously, I think this season's Liverpool is definitely better. From like the games are just, I mean, I'd say the ones from the 2018 when they were playing all these games. Was it 2 seasons ago where they lost to, was it Atletico Madrid at home, or was it away? I can't remember that game. But this season they're closing out games that you think. I forgot who posted. I think it was the Doc in India. He posted all the games for Liverpool for the month of April. And there was some tough games. And there was Manchester United. There was the two Manchester City games. And one of my comments, I was like, I think I said something along the lines of tough games, but I think they're gonna see it out, something like that. I can't remember. And because even if you say Liverpool versus any team, it seems like it's more than likely probably going to be a draw in terms of 2-2 or something like that, or they're going to edge out. And that the game that I've got the Atletico game in the last one where you guys played, and I think the first game was in Spain or whatever, and that was a hostile environment, but I mean, you guys were able to pull it off. Yeah, this season's Liverpool definitely by far, I guess, the much better version than the previous seasons for sure. Like they're edging it out. They're finding ways to edge out 1-0 games, or even just and shut it down from there on out.
Oh my God. The only goals Rashford had is to eradicate world hunger. My brother is a Manchester United fan. I don't know if you guys know that.
Oh, wow.
It's like, should Rashford just be a full-time philanthropist? Like, he's so angry all the time at United.
So man like UNICEF, big up to him though. That's what they call it now. United fans call it UNICEF. Like, wow.
Oh,
it's unfair, but okay. Fans are terrible. Yeah. So let's go. Moving on. Golden Boot winner. This one is just a prediction. Who is going to end up being Golden Boot winner? I'll start with you, Linger.
Mo.
Well,
yeah.
So
I think he's slowed down a little bit. I feel a little bad because I was rooting against Egypt so hard, and I worried I give him bad vibes. He slowed down a little bit after we beat them so many times. But I think he's coming a little bit back into it. Of course, you can't rule out Kane. I don't think you can rule out Ronaldo, who, especially considering like the personal tragedy he's going through, like what a player to still be carrying that donkey team.
Okay.
And then we'll see. I stay in the same tone of voice, so you don't realize, hopefully. One of those three. Who knows though? I mean, if Jota gets back, and he's been a little slow recently. Like I usually expect a goal from Jota, but he's been assisting. I think it's gonna be Mo though.
Okay. So Mo is on 22, Son is on 19, Cristiano is on 17, Jota is on 15. I think Harry Kane is too far. Nine goals is too far to make up at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So
I forgot the Son is so close. I don't see it for Son though. I feel like it's gonna be Mo or Ronaldo. We'll see. Where's Kane again?
13.
Oh, man, F that guy then. So Mo or Ronaldo.
Ola, who's getting Golden Boot?
I don't think Mo Salah will get it this season. For some reason, I don't think so. Sorry, Linger. I don't know. It has taken a lot out of him. He has played extra time, 120 minutes. He has played 6 times this year already, extra time. He has played. He played, I think, 5 times for Egypt extra. It has taken a bit out of him. He's getting back to form. I agree with you. As in recent times, he has started looking sharper. But I just think Son, for some reason, I think Son is going to take it now. I think
awesome.
Spurs. Yeah, so I scored twice today. I saw his goals today, and that guy is on fire. And actually, that's why I'm worried for Liverpool's match against Spurs. I think that's our toughest match left for this season in the league. They're coming to Anfield, and Son scores against Liverpool almost every game. Almost every time he plays against us, he scores. And I see him scoring this weekend too.
No, he can score. I don't doubt that. He will score, but Liverpool beats Spurs. Let's be serious here. Come on.
I don't know. I
think they'll score against us, which teams don't do as often. Yeah. I still think we're going to win, but we'll see. Again, this goes back to comparing our teams. I feel like our defense is quite calm. So even if we concede one, I still don't see them scoring a bunch against us.
Yeah.
On a normal day, we will win. On a normal day, we'll win. The reason why I think it will be a bit tight is because we're going away to Villarreal. Now we have a 2-goal lead. It doesn't mean we're going to just walk over them in Villarreal. And Spurs have a whole week to prepare.
Yeah.
And they know they are 2 points behind us now. They're coming to Anfield. They're not coming to take a point. They're coming to try and win. So they're coming to try and pop. They're not just a point is not enough for them. So that's why I think it will be a tough game. If Liverpool didn't have this Champions League game in between, of course, I think we'll beat Spurs. But I just think Son has a very good record against Liverpool, and he has been in good form. And the way Spurs play now, that's why when you're talking about Harry Kane is actually not even their best finisher anymore. It's not. When you see the way Spurs play, Harry Kane doesn't even get into the box as much as Son does. Son is the one who is getting in the box all the time. Harry Kane is setting him up. That's why Harry Kane has probably like 10 assists or something this season. And most of those assists, like 90% of the assists are for Son. And Spurs have, after Liverpool, they have Arsenal, and I think they have a couple of easy teams, which I think they will score a lot of goals against. So that's why I think Son might win the Golden Boot, because Salah might get rested. We have a FA Cup, final, and then FA Cup final 3 days later we have Southampton. So you'll be thinking Klopp is going to rest him again, like he rested him yesterday. He's going to rest him again in one of those games, and then Son will just keep playing. Son will keep playing and keep scoring. So the answer to your question is, I think Son is winning the Golden Boot.
That's a good point. Tolu?
And also definitely let me know when you think they're going to rest him, because Son's sitting there with 16 points for my team. Make that ass clap. Mo captained, only 2 points. Brutal.
What? You have Son on the bench?
No, not on the bench, though. He's still on my team, but I should have captained him. I wasn't thinking about it.
Oh, yeah, I captained him. Because I knew Leicester were going to rest players, because Leicester were playing the Conference League. So I just said, Spurs are going to score and Son is going to score. So I just captained him.
I mean, Son is like one of the players I like the most who doesn't play for Liverpool. So if he wins it and not Ronaldo, I will be thrilled.
Son is a Klopp player. If Son was not playing in Spurs, Son would be the perfect Klopp player. I mean, for a striker. If we wanted a striker, if somebody would fit in straight into Liverpool's team. But I know we don't want, if we take him, we'll just win everything. So that's why we left him with Spurs, because if we took Son, that'll be the end of the league. That'll be the end of all competitions, because we just have the best attack ever. So we just said, okay, we leave him.
Whenever I see them talk after our games, I just pray and I'm like, come on, like, Jurgen's so charming. Like, what are you saying to him? Come on, like, but Conte's charming too. So annoyed.
So I think Son will also win it as well. But I would say I'm not going to count out Ronaldo, because clearly I didn't see him scoring 17 goals. I actually wrote him up. I'm like, man, that guy's 36, 37. So, but he's the fine art. So, I mean, if Son wins it, then Ronaldo's not going to be too distant behind it, because I'm very sure he's going to want to add to his repertoire of things, self-glory. But I with Mo Salah, since the African Nations Cup, he hasn't. I mean, he's still obviously scoring, but he hasn't been like superb, like in terms of scoring. Like, I think he's played a lot. He's played a lot of games. He's played in, like you said, so many extra time games and 120 minutes in the African Nation Cup. And so I think it's taken a toll on him. But the days of us seeing when he would score like 4 goals or 5 goals in a game, that's probably over. But again, I mean, he still has much time ahead of him. But I think it's Son. He's definitely the much finisher at Spurs at the moment. Because we can remember Kane didn't start well, and he didn't start scoring goals like November. Or
he was sulking.
Right. So I'd say I definitely Son, and again Cristiano Ronaldo won't be too far behind. If Son for some reason went injured, then I'd say Ronaldo's probably going to be creeping up on Mo Salah. But we'll see. But for now, I think definitely it's going to be Son, unless Mo Salah can, hit 8 more goals in the next 5 games. Never know.
I'm surprised Lingard didn't say Sadio Mane
each time. Mane, oh my God, Mane moving to
Mane
the
is not too
center
far
has been
away.
my thing of this season. If Mane
He's not
wins,
far away though.
I mean,
He's not
in
far
the
away.
center, he's scoring so many more goals
14
than
goals.
usual. I'm loving it. He's still maybe a little far,
Yeah.
but I mean that's my dream, obviously.
I think it's gonna be more. Just to wrap up this section so we can move on. I think it's gonna be more. I think Liverpool have the best attack. Liverpool- they have the best attack in the league. Mo
Must
is
be
good.
nice.
You know, yeah, it must be nice. You know, they have the best attack in the league. They're going to go for it. You know, I think it's more. I think Mo will get like. I predict he gets like four more goals, and that will take it like 26. They just have the best attack in the league, and they're going to have to keep winning because City are going to keep winning. They just have to at this point. So that's what I think, and I think second will be Son. Cristiano will score goals, maybe he has 2-3 more goals, but I mean the rest of the United team is on the beach. So like those players out there, they signed out. The coach is thinking of Austria. Like that's
Thinking of Austria.
all we're trying to do is to get the number 1 draft pick. That's all we're tanking the season so we can get the draft pick. Next season.
Exactly.
Okay, Champions League quick look ahead. I think City will still edge it, but man, that second leg, I cannot predict how it's going to go. I was very confident until I saw that first leg and how they kept attacking City's weaknesses on the right. They absolutely need Walker back.
Yeah.
Because Cancelo is not that great defensively. So they need Walker back. But with Cancelo, I don't think Walker is making it back. So it's going to be Cancelo. With Cancelo, I'd say they have better control in attacking play. So maybe they control the ball better and they reduce the transition. So I'm still picking City. But man, they have to fix that thing. Because if they don't fix it, Benzema is on smoke right now. That dude is on the smoke. Like the goal he scored in the first leg. That wasn't a chance. That's not even a chance. Like, what is that? This guy was facing and just what? He was literally back in the goal. I just did his leg. I was like, did this guy just score from this? This is madness. No, so because of having someone like Benzema, I think Modric is someone that he can find a solution. If he doesn't get the ball, there's nothing he can do, right? But Benzema is the real problem right there. So, but I still think City will edge it. I think away probably suits them better. Madrid have to come out, so they just have to be more clinical in their finishing. So I'm still seeking City, of course. Liverpool, that's a wrap. Emery's going to try everything. Yeah, sure.
It's not a wrap. You never know.
No, it's going to be more difficult. I actually think it's probably going to end up like 1-1 or 2-2. I see Villarreal coming with everything, but Liverpool score. Look how we score on the break. So I think Villarreal are going to play way better than they played first leg. I agree, 100%. They rested a lot of players, but I think it's going to end the score draw, 1-1 or 2-2. So I'm still sticking to my Man City Liverpool final prediction.
I can't remember I think my prediction was Madrid Liverpool.
Yes, that was your prediction.
I'm still gonna hold to that, but it's like you're saying. Like I'm not saying confidently that Madrid will beat City. I think they might narrowly just about do it though, but I won't be surprised if I'm wrong and it's City. I just think there's something about the mentality of Real Madrid with the Champions League. I don't know. I said this about the first leg. I said this about them against Chelsea. Like, I don't think they're a better team than City, but I think, like you're saying, Benzema won't accept not scoring 1 or 2 or even more goals. And with so much on the line, I think they're really going to go for it. And they're going, unless they're hungover from partying because they won the league, I think they're going to go for it. I think they might narrowly. What's the score right now? Is it 4-3?
4-3.
I still think it's going to be Madrid.
Okay.
But I'm ready to be wrong if necessary.
Okay.
So, bar any VAR issues or referees, because from what I've known in the Champions League is that we certainly can't just on paper pick. We can look back to Spurs and Ajax from
Liverpool Barcelona second leg.
Liverpool Barcelona, but if anything, I think City will edge it. Again, Benzema, he's on a roll. I think that penalty that he scored kind of knocked the wind out of City's confidence. Like to do that in that kind of game just strikes deep into the
like the
he was,
cojones, man. Like I can't even believe it.
yeah.
Like
So
who are you?
when I saw that, I'm like, wow, this guy like confidence on 100 plus. But I think the City players will edge it out, and honestly, I'm thinking it's going to be an all English final again. Would I make it 2 seasons in a row?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
And then that would make it. Would that make it 3 seasons in a row then with Liverpool Spurs? Or was there someone in between?
There was someone in between.
Oh, Bayern won, right?
Yes, there was Bayern final with who was that again? Bayern PSG.
Yeah.
PSG.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for me, the biggest factor is something Linger mentioned, the fact that Madrid just won the league, and I could see so many pictures of them partying, looking drunk. Don Carlo Ancelotti with a big fat cigar in his mouth. For me, that's a big worry. That's a big worry because after you've won something that way, I don't know. I wouldn't say they'll get complacent. It's just, I think for them, that's a big deal that they managed to get that league title won. And straight away, they went on this parade. I don't know. Emotionally, would they be in the right frame of mind to handle Man City? That's a big worry for me because I think Man City are coming with everything. Man City won this Champions League. They want to win it for the first time. They're coming with everything. And Madrid, even just having 5% less intensity, 5% less concentration, just that tiny bit is enough for City to go through. And I think City, even though they have their weaknesses, I think Madrid have bigger weaknesses at the back compared to City. Cancelo will be back. He definitely is not like Fernandinho at right back. It's not going to be like Fernandinho where Vinicius just ran through him like if he was a ghost. So it's not going to be Fernandinho at right back. It will be Cancelo. Cancelo, of course, is not Walker, but it's a good option at right back. So I think that's weakness. Vinicius won't find it as easy. Of course, Benzema is still going to be fantastic. I think Benzema will score, but I just think City would exploit the fact that Madrid probably won't be at 100%, and I think City, unfortunately, will go through.
It is unfortunate.
But Liverpool, but because I'm sick of them now. We've played them already 3 times this season, and it's just been so tight each time. And if Liverpool get to the final, that'll be 4 times playing them in one season. Gosh, it's just too much. It's too much, please. But
it's not fair.
It's not fair, exactly. Why do we have to keep the same thing with Chelsea? Chelsea, we've played Chelsea 4 times this season, or 3. We're going to play them 4 times this season, twice in the League Cup, and then we're going to play an FA Cup final. Come on, it's too much.
Us neutrals, I think that Champions League final will be great. Am I right, Aya?
Yeah, it will be great. Sure.
Yeah, for United fans, they'll be happy because they'll know one of the City rivals is winning the league.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Wait, Aya, who would you rather have win it though? If it's Liverpool City, who would you rather have win?
Oh, second, let me look at the chat. I'll respond to that. Olga says, I agree with Ola. Madrid are way too volatile. Despite the brilliance of Modric and Benzema, City will enter them. Who would I rather win it? Liverpool.
For Liverpool to win and a seventh European Cup.
Clearly, you don't want your neighbors winning it, right?
It's not
the noisy neighbors.
And City have never won it. So in any final, like I was rooting for Chelsea against City, even though I don't like Chelsea either. But I just want City to win it and have that achievement.
It's not like who would I rather? I'd rather nobody, like the referee.
Yeah, we'll just avoid it. We're not going to have it this season. We're done.
The Champions League cancel. That's my that's my preference, in my opinion. But I mean, because City is going to win the league, because I think they will. I don't want them to win the league and Champions League. I don't want that. So they split it. But then Liverpool are going to probably win the treble, but not the unique treble, not the league with it. So then they will say talking shit. So either way, we're effed. For my bracket's sake, I chose Liverpool. I don't care. At this point, I don't care.
Sure.
I don't care. As long as Liverpool does not win the league, that's the one I have. I'm invested in the league. But obviously, I don't get the number 20 title. and
Get
equal.
this hatred out of your heart, man. Let's all pray for Liverpool
As
together.
long as they don't win the league, I'm okay. Anyway, they win, whatever. At this point, whatever. It doesn't
If
change.
we do
But
win
you
the league,
know-
you better ban me from the group immediately because I'll be posting day and night.
I'd rather City win that shit. All right, cool. At this point, I'm
Oh god, I
I
thought we
don't
were
know
friends.
so I've been,
I don't know any City friends. Well, there aren't any, so I don't know. That's fair.
so yeah, that's what I'm invested in the league. City wins the league. That's any other one I don't care. Because before I used to care about these things, but like because in my head, United fans used to be like, oh, if this happens, it's gonna force the Glazers, it's not gonna change anything. They're not gonna automatically realize that they're not gonna automatically realize that they should do better. They will not, they still keep doing nonsense they're doing. So to me, at this point, it doesn't matter as long as they win the league.
But the thing is that we're all laughing now. We're saying, "Oh yeah, let's City win the league." But this is how it starts. Then they just win another 5, and before you know it, they're coming up to 20, and then you United fans will start panicking. So let's Liverpool win it. Let's stop their dominance.
Exactly.
Let's stop their dominance right now.
when
They
we
can't
get to that
score a
bridge,
goal.
when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. I like that. When we get to where they're critical training, we'll cross it. I'm very, very comfortable with that. Kudos and Donkey of the week. Let's start there. Let me do mine quickly. My kudos goes to Mikel Arteta for losing 3 games, and I know that I was very active, firing shots at Arsenal fans. Some of them are still triggered. They're still triggered to today, for all the shots I fire. I didn't know you guys took it personal. I'm just having fun with this.
Good performance, FC. Good performance, FC.
Some of them still, message me in my DMs. I'm like, okay. Some of them look at their stories. They know themselves. It's okay. I was just having fun with it. But yes, I'll give Arteta credit, specifically because they lost 3 games in a row. There are 3 difficult runs, which was Chelsea, Manchester United, West Ham. Everybody wrote their funeral already. It was already there. And he made changes. It wasn't like just a lucky thing. He made changes. He brought in Eddie Nketiah. He benched Lacazette. He brought in El Neni into the midfield. He eventually realized that playing Xhaka at left back is dumb because Xhaka gives them security, ball control in the midfield. And it's better to play Tavares there. Yes, he's headless, but guess what? He's quick and he can give you, width down the left, and you can just move to a back 3 while he does that. I mean, it's just simple adjustment, and he did that, and they're fine. They won 3 games in a row, and they are literally pole position now for top 4. So he gets because of that. Second one is Ancelotti. Yeah, I always take shots at him, whatever, but he's won 5 league titles, 5 different, all the top 5 leagues. That's impressive. I think the manager has done that. That's impressive, Yeah, we have to give him credit for that. Yeah, that's impressive. He doesn't have bulk league titles like Pep or Sir Alex, and maybe that's kind of what some people take shots at him for how long he's coached, but still, that's impressive. It's not easy to win 5 league titles. For Donkey of the Week, I think my Donkey of the Week is a combination of Norwich. Just tired of this nonsense. They get here, they go down, and they come back, and they go down.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you guys really doing? They've not stayed for just 1 more season. Every year they come, they go down. This year we want to stay. They fired out their coach, brought in Dean Smith, same result. Their recruitment is just trash. Norwich get my donkey. Second donkey probably goes to Manchester United, specifically because just
because.
Yeah.
That's on the beach. All of them, Ralph Ragnick too, never taking accountability, just like throwing players under the bus consistently. The ownership, just headless. Some of the fans just just want to put all the blame on Ragnick. It's like, really though? They didn't give him a midfielder. The house was already burning. You brought him something that's not his skill set. His skill for actually building clubs. He brings him out in time. It doesn't work out. The whole Manchester United association, whether it's the fans, that's my donkey. So, who wants to go? Linga, you want to go?
Sure. My kudos for the week goes to Jurgen for signing a new contract with us. But actually, the kudos is because he didn't take a pay increase, but negotiated pay increases for the backroom staff.
Oh, you said
and I just think that's amazing.
You say your kudos goes to me? Is that what you said?
For you, it goes to Jurgen.
I was like, oh wow.
No. No, because he didn't get it with his contract. He didn't get a pay increase, but he got pay increases for the backroom staff.
Wow.
And I think that's amazing.
That's
I think it
amazing.
just speaks again to his character. And like, to be fair, he already makes a lot of money, but still, like, I've never heard of that happening, of him like fighting for the people around him to get it. Ancelotti, of course, congratulations for winning. I don't like Real Madrid, but good for you. Donkey of the week. I feel like since our Everton game, I'm really nurturing a big dislike of Richarlison. So I think he's my donkey of the week. I think the diving and the nonsense and like, I don't know. This is just, it's a very personal one though. I just really don't like him right now. So he's my donkey of the week.
Did you see him today?
Also, like,
did you see him today?
With like throwing the flare?
Not just the flare, he was faking injury. And the Chelsea players didn't want to stop. He was faking injury like he was doing against Liverpool. He pretended to be injured.
We just kept playing
and then Linger, he actually got injured, but because people didn't believe him, they kept playing, and then they had to take him off. Yeah, they had to take him because he was crying wolf all the time. Yeah, exactly. It's so crazy.
Karma. I love that. I also think this is like a low key. I don't feel that strongly about it, but I do think Chelsea's kind of my donkey of the week as well. Only because they were so set in third. Like I was legit surprised looking at the table today and being like, what had happened to your like? I wasn't there fight for fourth. Yes. Like what's happened?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You just took my donkey of the week.
Okay, go ahead, Ola. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to go there. Sorry, Tolu, man. I'm so pissed off at you guys. How could you let Everton get 3 points from you? I was looking forward to Everton just going down and then you just dashed them 3 points, and I was so upset. I was like, it was even pissing me off more than Man City winning. But Man City beating Leeds, I was like, I saw that coming. They're going to beat Leeds. But then I was looking at Chelsea. I was like, Chelsea are going to beat Everton today, and Everton will just go down, and then you just give them 3 points. So they're my donkey of the week. Chelsea, sorry. How could you give Everton 3 points? And the goal was like a gift. Ask Caesar, I can't even say his surname. Mr. Dave, like you guys call him. He's just one that gave the ball away to Richarlison and just give away 3 points. It was so annoying.
Yeah.
As Mr. Caesar Dave, oh goodness, it was so annoying. And my second donkey of the week is the Inter Milan goalkeeper. It was the backup. I don't know if you saw a couple of days ago.
That's match fixing.
What happened?
That's match fixing. We need to investigate.
It was incredible. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Like, you have seen it?
I've seen it.
If you see,
so there's a pass back to him. There was just a simple pass back, very simple.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
I've never seen it before.
I can understand when you like miss try to clear it and you miss the ball. That's fair. If he had done that, he could still have had time and recovered it. He not just missed it, but did it in a way where he just played the ball into the net. I'm like, nah, this is
basically.
Yeah, this is
he basically he got a back pass and he faced his own goal. He faced his own goal and kicked the ball towards his own net. Right. He wasn't even kicking it to a player.
This wasn't the
no. Go look for it. Look for it.
That's match fixing.
Look for it.
So they
passed the ball to him, and he faced his own goalpost and kicked the ball towards his own goalpost, and there was no player there. And then they scored, and Inter Milan lost that match.
Yeah,
Inter Milan lost that match, and now they are 2 points. They are 2 points off the top because if they had won, they'll be leading. But now they're 2 points off the top, and Milan is leading. So he's a donkey of the week for me too.
Yeah, because AC Milan have history of this. I remember that time during Calopoli, AC Milan escaped and Juve got relegated, but there was clear evidence that AC Milan, Maldini's allegedly Maldini's father, all of them, they were all involved in the Calopoli. But for some reason, AC Milan didn't get relegated. So now that has to match fixing. That was just ridiculous. When I was like, what is this? I've never seen this in my life.
It was
ridiculous.
And it's the backup goalie. That's another thing. It's not even their regular goalie. It's their backup goalie. So that's why it's even more suspicious that you are the backup goalie and you just came and you just did this. It's crazy. And my kudos of the week.
Alone. He's feeding the children. Leave him alone.
Yeah. I'm not down with this Rashford bashing. I'm not down with this at all, because I know when Solskjaer, when he was saying that Rashford to focus on his football, we all condemned Ole Gunnar for that comment. Yeah. So I'm not down. No, this is not a joke. Yeah, this is not a joking matter. I'm not down with the Rashford bashing at all. I'm not. I think the boy is struggling. Yes, he's struggling, but I think he should be cut some slack. United as a club are struggling. I don't think Rashford should be the one to bear the brunt for it.
Yeah.
And when people are saying, "Oh, he's focusing on charity," when Ole Gunnar was telling him that we condemned Ole Gunnar for saying, basically was telling, "Shut up and dribble," and we condemned Ole Gunnar for that. So we shouldn't be the ones doing that now, condemning him. So I'm not down for that at all. But my kudos of the week, and to Klopp's wife, Ula Klopp, because she's the MVP. She's the MVP. She's the one who planted the seed. And Klopp said, "Yeah, I'm going to stay for 2 more years." And we're so happy he's a Red. Long may it continue. Maybe he'll stay to 70 years like Fergie and win us more titles, hopefully. So that's my kudos of the week. Kudos also,
looking depressed.
We'll find a second wife for Klopp. Klopp needs a second wife. If we find another wife for him, we don't like this type of woman. You should stay at home. Does not like her? You should stay at home. Retire. Go home with your family. Does not like her? We need to investigate Klopp. It seems that they don't have,
exactly. Match fixing.
Enough intimacy. I'm going too far now. All right. Tolu.
My donkeys of the week, Chelsea. So yes, my club. I feel like, we've been struggling, but for the fact that we lost to Everton today on a silly pass, and like I said, we just didn't take our chances. I'm pretty sure that not just me, but every Chelsea fan is feeling the exact same way. That we're like, because this happened against, I think, Arsenal too. I think it was last season, the season before, where Arsenal had been losing, like they lost at almost 8 or 9 games in a row, and then they played us, and then that's when their whole team turned up, and we literally dashed them 3 points. So yeah, my donkey goes to just the Chelsea players as a whole. Like they need to take that as a team and just find a way to grind out the rest of the season.
Okay.
The second donkey of the week goes to those some of those Everton players, man. Like the falling down and
it's
faking
grimy.
That goalkeeper, I just, for some reason, he irks me the wrong way every time. What is it?
Yeah, his T-Rex arms.
He just
arms.
pisses me off. I really hope Everton does go down, because they do have quite a few games left, and against Leicester, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. So they're not out of it yet. But they're just that guy just irks me the wrong way. Like they need a season in the
championship.
The championship, but just
and then some humility.
Yeah, and then 2 things. Now, before I go to the kudos, question to Ola and Linger, what would the Merseyside derby look like? Like if Liverpool, if Everton was not there, would you guys still, want it that bad? Like relinquish it? Like
well, it used to be called a friendly derby. It used to be, there was more unity in the city in the 1980s, especially coming off Hillsborough disaster where like 96 people died. It used to be good, but then things got weird when there was the incident where Liverpool fans went to fight in Turin. They were fighting in the Champions League final, European Cup final, and 37 Juventus fans died. So what happened was, Liverpool fans, of course, were responsible for that. Like they didn't want to kill them, but of course they pushed the wall and the wall fell and killed fans. So UEFA banned Liverpool, and not just banned Liverpool, banned English clubs from competing in Europe. So what happened was Everton, that was their peak years. Those 1985, 1986, 1987, 1988, Everton had a very, very good team. They actually won the league a couple of times in that period. So they couldn't go to the European Cup. They couldn't play in Europe. So they kept blaming Liverpool for that.
Because of time. Let me.
Okay. Sorry. So I'm just trying to. Sorry. I'll just wrap up now. So that was when the animosity grew. So that's why they started hating us. They started hating Liverpool so much. So it's not a friendly derby anymore. Now it's a derby where they come in. They want to arm us. Liga will know. We have so many examples of. Look, last season is just a typical example. It's not the first time. Virgil and Thiago were put out for months because they come in to try and injure our players. So I won't miss them. I told you I won't miss them. I want them gone. I want them gone. They can go for 5 years and come back later, but I won't miss them.
Yeah, and
There's nothing. They don't bring anything. They don't bring anything to the derby except pain, and they just want to arm our players.
All right, and then my kudos again. I just say Liverpool. Yeah, they're finding ways to grind it out and just, especially the extension to Klopp. So again, kudos to Klopp on that.
Okay, let me take quickly. I've got comment says Donkey Rashford. Kudos Frank Lamppost. Okay, none of us are bashing each other. Don't get it wrong. Is a donkey because of we played against Chelsea? Man is dead for. All right, cool. Come to the end of the show for everyone, and thanks for supporting. If you're watching, like, share, subscribe on all our platforms. We're Linger, Tolu, Ola. Thanks for joining us.
Up the Reds. See y'all later.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.